The photo book opens with two photos. On the left is Fiesta del Valle, a landscape photo, and on the right is La Ceibita from an aerial view. On the next page, there's a map with a box around a certain area, which presumingly I assume is where La Ceibita is. After that is a bunch of text for the book. So in the first section, it starts kind of like an entryway into the city. It gives you some landscape and some aerial shots of locations throughout this community. And you can see the poverty and the obvious rundown state of this neighborhood and community itself. It definitely shows signs of life through the people, the clothes, and just the environment itself. Even though it looks very unlivable and abandoned, people have tried to, live their way through in this community. And there's obvious signs of no electricity, or it doesn't look like there's running electricity in this neighborhood. Yeah, I'm reminded though these photos were captured from 1973, 8 to 1983. So electricity was made then, I'm pretty sure, but it hasn't reached this community. And so in section 2 is when we start seeing more portrait pictures of the people, and there's a lot of juxtaposition of young boys with young men, or boys and men next to each other. There's women too. This one particularly shows a pregnant lady and a girl with a group of teens and some teenage boys. These white spaces are common, and it forces you to really focus on that portrait picture that white space creates. I think a recognizable theme throughout this photo book is that there's a lot of show of men and being very comfortable and all the way around each other, while women tend to be with a child or alone. They have portrait pictures, you've seen them, but they also are usually with a child or with a man or with some kind of presence. This section shows it a lot more. The women are either with a child or doing a common maternity thing. And the parent and child in this section tend to look very or like with the person they're with is very distant or very discontent with it. Not all the time, but in this section, it shows a rather interesting play of the young version and then the older version. In a way. And this is the back of the book. And the front.